There we go. So, that on the other side is not Stockholm City, not Stockholm Stad. I'm going to be walking this way, and I'll let a voiceover or something else explain exactly what I'm going to do as I head off.
This is Stockholm, this is Stockholm City, and this is Steve, which is me. I'm going to walk across Stockholm in this straight line, or more accurately, within 100 meters of the line within this corridor. To do this, I'm starting on the edge of Lake Malaren in Nokkeby, heading through the western suburbs, through Kungsholmen and downtown Stockholm, and finally out through Djurgården to the Baltic Sea. Along the way, there will be bridges, cliffs,
Holy cow,
and a bit of bushwhacking.
So I figured out a corridor to walk across. I'm right now at one end of this corridor. You can see that here's the water. There we go.
We'll speed this part up since not much happens until I reach the road. I imagine you may be wondering one thing about this little adventure. Why? Well, there's a small but growing niche of YouTubers trying to walk across whole countries in a straight line. The pioneer was a guy named Tom, who goes by GeoWizard on YouTube. It seems to mostly involve long hikes across rugged, rural terrain and running away from angry farmers. Fun to watch, but not my cup of tea. Then I saw an urban version done by a guy named Alistair in London. Walking across the city and not running away from angry farmers seemed more up my alley, so I thought I'd give it a try. Most straight-line walkers try to stay as close to the line as possible and penalize themselves for any deviation. This isn't really feasible in a city, so I've decided it's more important to stay within my defined corridor of 100 meters north and south of my line.
Any straight route across Stockholm is going to be quite difficult to do without going over some bridges. Well, any route across Stockholm, really. So the route that I chose had to be carefully chosen with respect to, well, at least in this case, one major bridge. Honestly, I don't know if it's going to work. I've done myself up a map that shows me the line, 100 meters north, 100 meters south. Just have to make sure I stay in it. So far, so good on using the phone as a GPS. The tracking is quite good. There are two sort of cruxes of the journey, which you'll see later, hopefully. Oh, but then there's also potential unexpected things like work closing off roads. In this case, doesn't seem to be a problem, at least not yet. It is a Saturday, so potentially road work will not be an issue for us. Ooh. I hope we don't have to clamber up somewhere like that. That would not be a good thing. I've planned the route, I hope, to go through public rights of way, mostly, maybe between a few apartment buildings here and there that no one will mind. And I think the greatest challenge is just going to be endurance, because it's at least a 3-hour, probably 3.5-hour walk. Aha! Well, look, we have our first unexpected encounter here. We do want to get on that road, but, well, I was hopeful that there'd be a way around this way, but that's obviously not true. We are, fortunately, not on the edge of our line here. So we'll go this way around it. Hope there's a trail through these woods. Ooh. A little bit wet on the ground. I'm hoping it doesn't rain. Okay. Oy, oy, oy. We're quite high on the top end already. And I'm not seeing a sidewalk here. I wonder if there's one on the other side. There's some traffic coming this way. Not really. Honestly, I'm not super happy about this, but I think it's probably the best alternative at this point. Oh, I think some of these are stinging nettles. This is... I mean, I'm safe from the cars, that's good. But... is that stinging nettle? Shit. Can I make a run for it? Nope. Car's coming up the other side. Okay. I think what I'm going to do, I don't want to pass through that. I'm going to make a run for over there once I have this line of cars out of my way. Now, we're going to go. I think there's another line of cars up here. Yes, perfect. Okay. Yeah, they're waiting up there. This is what we passed. Don't think we left a 100-meter corridor. Really good thing that didn't happen on the edge, on the very edge of it. And we're going to continue down this road here. Okay. We're walking past the signs now that tell us about the construction. Yeah, that one says that the walkway and cycleway are closed, and I should follow that. I'm pretty sure it would have taken us out of our line to the south.
It would have. Both other options to get to the main road went outside the corridor, as you can see here.
Now this is interesting. This potentially is a way to get through. I have to get through here. From here where I am there to this other side, and I was just going to go down to the bottom here and then up, and that's like right on the edge of my line. But I wonder, is there a way to go through the forest and cut off? I think there will be.
A path through the forest was easy to find. It was pretty, but not really exciting, so I'll give you a quick scenic tour.
I made it to the street. You can see here on the line. I think I've actually been to this neighborhood before. Oh, hello. Somebody's left some apples out. It feels a bit weird to be winding on a straight line challenge, but nonetheless, that is the necessary thing when the street grid does not align with your corridor. What a nice dog. Try to see how many dogs I can get in the video. So, this big road here goes, as you can see, quite a long way. And it's not the easiest thing to cross, even with a 200-meter wide corridor. I'm now south of the middle line, and I'm going to walk about 100 meters until I'm north of the middle line to cross this road. Little tricks of finding a line that would make all these things possible. Heading across the line again, across this big road here. There's a road up here, yeah, and I should be following for a while. Oh yeah, for quite a while. That's nice. A road that actually goes where I want it to go.
A couple of roads running right down my corridor offered a nice chance to make up some distance without winding my way through residential neighborhoods.
Some deer. Oh, hi there. He's on alert. Yep, he's going. 3 of them, beautiful.
I'm not very familiar with this part of suburban residential Stockholm, which is called Olofsund, but I liked it. It was very green and there were lots of families about. I was quickly coming up to what I thought would be the first real challenge of the journey, a part of the corridor that I couldn't get through using streets.
Situation report. We've made our way uneventfully down a fairly long straight road. Very nice, good progress. We're now entering what I think is the first crux, which is an area of apartment buildings like this. There's about 400 meters that I have to go through, but I don't see sort of an obvious way to get through them without going outside the corridor. What I'm hoping is that areas like this are going to allow me to get through. Or my experience is that there's usually paths in between these buildings. There does seem to be a path here. So there's maybe 4 or 5 of these streets that I have to worry about. Find little passageways like this, little paths in between. The first one, pretty easy. I'm hoping they'll all be like that. We'll see. So up that way is a road I should probably go back to. But this looks like I might be able to... Yes, if I can do this, that would be very good. I'm going to try to get to this road here. The south boundary is only a few meters to my right here, I think. I want to get to that road, but not like there. If I go down any further, so I really have to go that way. That's into those, so I don't think I can do that. Okay. Backtracking a little bit. So, we'll go up this way instead, back towards the safety. We're definitely back in the corridor here. The problem is we have to get down there. I'm right on the line here, so I might choose to go down here. Oh. What do I see? A little path. Yes. Okay. Perfect. Beautifully on the line right in the middle of the corridor. Okay, so now through here, this is a problem. I don't know if you can see that, but this path goes directly down, not to where we want it to go. Okay. I was so excited that this would be a good path. But it's probably safer, given that it's en route and everything, just to go back up and down, which is well within the corridor. It's the least straight line route ever. I don't feel like I'm walking very straight, but if you zoom out enough and you look at my passage on a large enough scale, hopefully across the whole of Stockholm, then it is actually roughly a straight line, straight corridor. Yes. Oh yes, this is excellent. That's I think now 3 of the 5 crux roads through. So I'm now, this up here is the 4th, huh? 4th of 6 again, I don't know. But this one, how do we get through it? Maybe the most wide gap between roads, and there's almost no way I can get around if I don't go through some of these buildings. All right. Okay, so now I'm on the last section here, and I think I want to go this way. So, through here? Yeah, I think through here. We're through the crux. Yay!
The crux turned out to be not so hard. My experience that Stockholm's suburban apartment buildings usually have easily accessible paths between them was true here in Abrahamsberg. I was relieved. I thought I was home free until the second crux at the end of the line. Of course, it wasn't that easy.
Low power.
I'm getting a low power warning, which is not good because I'm only less than a third of the way through, maybe a quarter of the way.
As I would soon find out, my camera's first battery running low would be the least of my problems.
I'm here. Oh, we might get a view. We do. Look at this. Ah, you can see the bridge I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get down there, and specifically, if I can get down to here, there's the bridge. I'm going to be going across that bridge. So that's nice, except there's a big hill that I have to get down somehow. And I have a path this way, which is, if I follow it, would go to the top of the corridor, and a path this way, which if I follow it, would go to the bottom of the corridor. So it looks like I will have to sort of get down through this hill.
And that's where we'll leave part 1. Let's review the journey so far. I started on the western edge of Stockholm City on Lake Malaren. After winding my way through the residential suburb of Nockbyhov and the edge of a nature reserve, I found a nice stretch of road through Olofsund. The lack of roads through Abrahamsberg threatened the mission, but Stockholm came through with nice paths through the apartment buildings. I skipped quickly through the neighborhood of Stora Mosen, assuming I'd just have to walk through the woods to get to Alvik. Once I arrived, there was a daunting descent standing in between me and the rest of the line. Will I make it down my cliff within the corridor? Tune in for part 2.
Is there any way to get down here? Okay, well,